The A&T football team made history this year and found out how Aggies took the step to make one little boy's Christmas wish come true. All that and more here on Aggie News and Views. Welcome to Aggie News and Views. I'm Arlette Hawkins. A joke taken too far cost a contractor his job. I have more on the story. Let's take a look. A noose was found on the campus of the Joint School of Nanoscience and Nanoengineering. This campus is shared by UNC at Greensboro in North Carolina A&T. What was an alleged joke cost a contractor his job. A memorandum was sent to Aggie emails from Chancellor Martin informing Aggie students and faculty about the early happening. The Chancellor stated, "I am deeply disturbed by this incident. Such actions have no place on our campus or in our society and certainly will not be tolerated. I am grateful for our police department and our colleagues at JSNN for bringing matters to a close." It was only a matter of time before students shared their disgust and a request for answers. I caught up with our SGA Attorney General, Talik McMillan, to get his perspective on the matter.
Okay, so myself, Kayla, and David all met with Nicole Fry, Chief of Staff. Went to the Chancellor's office, and just from looking at Twitter, a lot of times we that's how we get students' responses that don't come into the office. We look on Twitter, see what they're saying. When we saw them asking those questions, even us as students, we even had those questions, and we knew that other students wanted to hear those responses to those questions. So we drafted it up in a public records request with the person's name, the company, and all those informations and how contractors are contracted, who was he contracted through, just so students were aware and aware of what was going on. So that's how we drafted those questions. We got all those answered, and we felt that was a way to relieve students about what was going on and getting the full story of what happened.
North Carolina A&T has a rich history in combating racism and discrimination. This act of hatred will not shake the foundation this institution is built on. For Aggie News and Views, I'm Arlette Hawkins. Cost and tuition is rising for out-of-state students. Students at North Carolina A&T are angry and want their voices heard. Here's Allison Gilmore with more information.
It's FAFSA season here at A&T, but many students aren't excited about the rising cost of tuition. Many students are under the impression that the tuition increase is to pay for things like the new student union. Earl Hilton, the director of athletics, gives the real reasons.
Out-of-state students should pay the full cost of their educational experience at public universities in North Carolina. The rationale behind that is because their parents are not taxpayers in North Carolina.
Tuition isn't the only thing that is going up.
There are fee increases and tuition increases, or three of those fees are going up for all students. Athletics, student activities, and ed and tech fees are going up. There's a cap on how much that can go up, 3%. And so those fee increases are going up about $85 for all students, regardless of residential or non-residential status.
As students try to finish the rest of the semester, students like Deja Wimberly are concerned as to if they'll even be here next year.
Right now, my mom is actually struggling to pay tuition and make ends meet at the same time. Right now, with the way things are, and if the tuition goes up, I might not be able to attend A&T anymore.
Mr. Hilton understands Deja's concerns as well.
Is expensive. I have 4 children in college right now, so I feel this on a personal level.
The financial aid office located in the Dowdy building has many consultants that can help students figure out how to make college more affordable. Hopefully, students take advantage of financial resources so that they can spring into a successful semester. I'm Allison Gilmore with Aggie News and Views.
Now, I am sure about sports. So, Alonzo, what's good over there in Aggie football?
The Aggie football team is going bowling. The MEAC announced on Monday that 10-0 North Carolina A&T will represent the conference in the 2017 Celebration Bowl. The annual bowl against the SWAC champion will be December 16th at the new Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. This will be the second trip in 3 years to the Celebration Bowl for the Aggies. 2 years ago, A&T had a thrilling 41-34 win over Alcorn State at the Georgia Dome in the first Celebration Bowl. Jason McMasters has highlights from the past few home games to show us that the Aggies are having their best season in school history.
It was the greatest homecoming on earth as Delaware State came to town, and Markwell Cartwright would get the party started, taking it in from 2 yards out. And after a safety, Cartwright would do it again from the exact same spot to put the #1 team in black college football up 16-0 early. And the Blue Death defense would get in on the party too, smothering Hornet QB Keenan Black as Sam Blue bottles him up. Lamar Raynard would then find Elijah Bell for a short gain to set up Speedy Gonzalez himself, Chris Garton, who would take it in from 12 yards out. The Aggies would keep the party going as Raynard hooks up with his main man Bell for a 61-yard TD. It was one big blue and gold party at Delaware State's expense. And backup QB Khalil Carter would get his party on too, finding Trey Scott wide open in the front of the end zone to put the icing on the cake as the Aggies improved to 7-0 on homecoming under head coach Rod Broadway. And on October 21st, ESPN wanted to see what the fuss was all about as the Aggies hosted Bethune-Cookman, and they would not disappoint as Lamar Raynard gets things going to Jaquil Capel, who takes it 62 yards to the house to give A&T an early 7-3 lead. Like ESPN, I think we should check that out one more time as the redshirt senior electrifies the crowd on University Day, making the magic happen. He's all smiles, and so is everyone else in the stadium. Blue Death would get their shine on too, giving Bethune-Cookman quarterback Larry Brim no time at all as Sam Blue does the honors. He checks himself out after the play. He's good. You know who else is good? Lamar Raynard, who would hook up with Xavier Griffin to give the Aggies a 14-13 lead at the half. Akevius Williams in at QB for the Wildcats. Deion Jones doesn't care. He picks off the short pass after a little hot potato. That would set up a Noel Ruiz 30-yard field goal to bring A&T to within 3 early in the fourth quarter.
And it's good.
Later on, Raynard would find Trey Scott wide open from 4 yards out for the go-ahead score as the Aggies prevailed 24-20 in a hard-fought contest. Finally, November 11th, the Savannah State Tigers came to town and the Aggies would get right to work. Lamar Raynard would find Elijah Bell down to the Tiger 2-yard line to set up the Markwell Cartwright short TD run to take an early 7-0 lead. A miscue by the Tigers would then lead to this Noel Ruiz 30-yard field goal, A&T in control early. To the third quarter we go as Raynard finds Trey Scott from 54 yards out to tie the record for most touchdown passes in a single season in school history. And then Jeremy Taylor would get in on the action, picking off the tip pass and returning it to the 9 to give the Aggies a 1st and goal. And it will be Cartwright time again as he punches it in from the 1. Ruiz would tack on another field goal to keep the Aggies rolling, and Lamar Raynard would become A&T's single-season pass touchdown leader with this 18-yarder to Bell as the Aggies rolled 36-17. For now, Jason McMasters, Aggie News and Views.
All that stands between A&T and the undefeated regular season is November 18th matchup against North Carolina Central at Aggie Stadium. This rivalry is the best college football rivalry in the state, and Aggies coach Rod Broadway knows how big this game is to everyone at A&T. For Aggie News and Views, I'm Alonzo Clark. Back to you, Arlette.
Thanks, Alonzo. Coming up, the Aggies really show how they help one boy get into the holiday spirit.
This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine.
Al Attles, known around Dub Nation as the Destroyer, came from the historic black college, North Carolina A&T, where he made a huge impact.
Hello, Warrior fans. My name is Brian Holloway. I'm the Associate Athletics Director here at North Carolina A&T. Behind me is the retired jersey of Al Attles, one of our all-time great players and one of the all-time greats at Golden State. We have such an affection for Mr. Attles because not only did he have a great career here at North Carolina A&T, but he also was a very impactful person in terms of his work with the Golden State Warriors. He's the second African-American coach to ever win an NBA title. He was also present on the night that Wilt Chamberlain scored 100 points. He was a starting point guard and scored 17 points of his own. And he was also a wonderful front office management person for the Golden State Warriors. And so we're just so proud of him as an alum. We're just so proud of the impact that he's had on the Golden State Warriors organization.
To continue celebrating Black History Month with us, check out warriors.com/Black History.
Welcome back to Aggie News and Views. I'm Arlette Hawkins. The NCAT Journalism and Mass Communication Department held their inaugural Media Institute on Friday, November 10th and Saturday, November 11th. Fumi Olapade was there to capture the event.
The Journalism Department sponsored a Media Institute to allow students the chance to get hands-on experience in their future career fields. Students attended workshops in Crosby Hall on Friday afternoon and Saturday morning. The workshops were taught by professional journalists and faculty from A&T and other institutions. The professionals acted as teachers and mentors, and the students who attended said they got a great deal of knowledge from the Media Institute.
My expectations of the Media Institute were to come out and learn something that I didn't already know and enhance my skills. For writing, I like to write. I learned some new things. I learned about outlines, and I also learned about how to take interviews and do interviews with people, so it did meet my expectations.
The best part of the Media Institute today was probably getting to connect more with my professors, since this is an A&T Media Institute and they did host it. So just getting to know and interact with my professors more outside of class time and out of the 50 minutes or an hour and 15 minutes that I have is very beneficial.
Despite being held on a Friday afternoon and Saturday morning, students were glad that they attended the Media Institute.
I decided to come to the Media Institute because I wanted to network and also improve my writing skills. And my favorite part was definitely the interviewing. And I also enjoy this because I get a chance to improve my answering skills as well as interviewing. So
I wanted to improve my writing skills, so I kind of knew what we were doing today, so I came out so that way I could, for one, be a better interviewer and learn how to take what my interview and turn it into a piece of work that I can be proud of and potentially use in my portfolio when I graduate.
What made me decide to come today was because I personally think that I need a little more help and a little more critique to better write my stories, since I am a senior and I'm about to graduate.
I decided to come out today to experience the program and enhance my knowledge on things when it comes to journalism. I already have the basic skills, so I wanted to, improve them, and I felt like these workshops would help me understand the aspects of journalism a little bit more.
Students were given the opportunity to attend group sessions with faculty and professional journalists. Professor Squires, who coordinated the Media Institute, says he believes that the two-day institute was beneficial in reaching all concentrations of journalism.
Me and some members of the Charlotte area Association of Black Journalists felt that we should expand a planned writing workshop into a Media Institute, so that we could include public relations students as well as video students to be trained in nuts and bolts, of writing and storytelling. Well, the chair of our department, Professor Gail Wiggins, would love to see this expanded into a program that we could do every spring, maybe not starting next spring, but spring in 2019. I think initially my impression is that it was a success, but we'll find out down the road as these students go onto their classes, into their careers. We'll find out more about how big of a success it was.
The turnout was more than the department expected, with 121 students registered for Friday and 102 students registered for Saturday. With Aggie News and Views, I'm Fumi Olapade.
All of the Institute's participants hope that this event will be another tradition to add to Crosby Hall. The North Carolina A&T College of Health and Human Sciences, as well as the School of Nursing, hosted the 5th Annual Diabetes Awareness Walk. Patrick Edmond was able to attend the event and speak with some of its participants.
The North Carolina A&T State University College of Health and Human Sciences, as well as the School of Nursing, hosted the 5th Annual Diabetes Awareness Walk. Due to bad weather, the bulk of the event's activities were held in Noble Hall. Dr. Uzo, the event coordinator, opened the occasion discussing the purpose of the event.
Our main objective today, okay, we work to create public awareness about this disease.
Afterwards, students presented posters with facts about the disease to promote awareness. Also, participants danced to encourage fun ways to exercise. Concession was provided with healthy snacks and water as well. The event not only had screenings for diabetes, but tables discussing Alzheimer's disease, as well as different risks for STDs. I sat with Dr. Uzo to discover her thoughts on diabetes awareness.
So by creating this public awareness, we're making people aware that this disease, yes, is very common, but some people may actually believe that it can only happen to some people, not them.
Awareness for the disease is crucial. Finding the cure starts with identifying the cause. With Aggie News and Views, I'm Patrick Edmond.
More than 6 weeks have passed since Hurricane Maria hit the island of Puerto Rico. However, many citizens are still awaiting federal aid. Aggie News and Views reporter Sage Wallace-Williams went out to investigate how the Aggie community is rallying up support and donations for hurricane relief.
It has been over 6 weeks since Hurricane Maria made landfall on the island of Puerto Rico, and little to no improvements have been made. Not only is half the island still without power, but many Puerto Rican citizens have yet to receive federal aid from FEMA or access to basic resources. Noticing the severity of the situation, students at North Carolina A&T State University created their own hurricane relief drive. Thanks to Estanos Meninos, the only led Latino-based organization on campus, students had the opportunity to donate water, non-perishable food items, clothing, and shoes that were sent to Puerto Rico. For students like Tiara Polite, this drive hits close to home.
A worry of not knowing, are they even alive, just not knowing their state of health or anything. I think the state of not knowing is probably the scariest thing. When I finally did get in contact with my family, I realized that my aunt was in Puerto Rico, and just 2 weeks ago, she got infected with leptospirosis, and if anyone doesn't know that, it's spread through the urine of infected animals. And since the water is contaminated, she was drinking that contaminated water.
Polite hopes that the tragedy of Hurricane Maria will be a wake-up call to every American citizen.
Be more in touch with politicians in Puerto Rico as well as the states. Elect people that are for all of America and all of its territories.
To track the progression of Hurricane Maria, visit FEMA.gov. From Aggie News and Views, I'm Sage Wallace-Williams.
If you are interested in donating supplies, contact the Multicultural Student Center or stop by Murphy Hall, Suite 204. Just in time for the holidays, the Multicultural Student Center held their annual Thanksgiving feast. Alonzo Clark shares with us how they kicked off their event.
The event was just wonderful. The energy was great. The food was fantastic. And I just had a good time just sitting down and just experiencing the different cultures and different people here at A&T.
For tonight's menu,
Ham, macaroni and cheese,
and much more, North Carolina A&T students maxed the capacity of the Alumni Foundation Center. Students from all walks of life gather on this occasion, eating, enjoying entertainment, and being merry. Multicultural Student Center Director Gerald Spates continued to keep the annual event going.
I've had the privilege for the last 7 years to host the event.
The Multicultural Student Ambassadors helped with preparations.
We have been planning this event for literally the whole entire semester. We have different committees such as decorating, entertainment, and food preparation. all of us, we just worked together to make sure it was a great event.
The event purpose is to get others to understand America's tradition.
A lot of our students who are coming from other places who are able to understand how America celebrates and what it means.
As the students leave gratefully, the students are destined to make a new friend. Overall, during Thanksgiving break, everyone should carry these traits.
Community, family, love, respect.
Reporting truth to you, Alonzo Clark and JC McMasters, Aggie News and Views.
To know more about when events happen, go to the Multicultural Student Center in Murphy Hall, Suite 204. This holiday season, Aggies came together to make the Christmas wish of one boy come true. Little Jacob Thompson is 9 years old and fighting the hardest battle of his life, cancer. Because he is so sick, Jacob asked if he could have early Christmas cards this year. And as Aggies, we do not disappoint.
Like, he really hasn't started life yet, and I'm pretty sure most of his life he's been in and out of the hospital, so it makes you want to, like, stop and think, like, the things you are upset about, the things you're struggling with, has nothing, it's not really comparable to what other people go through, so it kind of makes you be a lot more grateful about the things that you have and the situations that you're in, because it could be a lot worse. And, like, this is something I do want to continue. Like, I mean, cancer is affecting so many people in the world and so many little kids in the world. And there's so much you can do to put a smile on their faces with, like, really no effort. It really doesn't take so much, but it's just time.
It was just the fact, like, all he wanted was Christmas cards. The king was on it.
He didn't even want toys. He wanted cars. It's just the simple things that can go a long way.
Make him smile. Like, he's still smiling regardless. Like, the situation that he knows that, like, he's going through, he's still smiling regardless. That's what makes me happy. He smiled at me. That he's still smiling.
That's all for today's show. Please follow us on all of our social media. I'm Arlette Hawkins. Have a good evening.